Unmute yourself, Martin McNicholl.
Okay, sorry. That was a silent yay.
Oh, sweet Jesus. What's happening? My heart is going to just blow up. Oh, wow. Honestly, that was epic. I've been like a ball of nerves all day. Like I really have. And right now, this is probably the scariest thing I've ever done in my life. I might look like I'm smiling right now. Inside, I'm like, bitch, you're going to get us killed.
Oh, that was amazing. That music is incredible. I love it.
We're here. Good God. You're frozen. You just froze in time.
I did? I don't know. Can you still hear me?
I
I
can
can
hear
see myself.
I can see you. Maybe it's just my screen. I don't know.
Maybe if I put my camera on and off, see if it. Let's see. Let's see if I try this. Makes a difference? No? Okay. I don't know what's going on. Can you still hear me?
I can see you or hear you. I can't see you. You gotta love this shit. This is like what I'm talking about. This is the feel the fear. Make a shite of it. Do it anyway. And hope we can see him again in a second.
But you can hear me, yeah? I don't know what's going on. Strange.
I don't know. Can anybody else? Yeah, he's frozen.
You're okay, you freeze. His audio will work. Okay. Let's see. Can you hear me okay, bud? There we go.
Ta-da! I can see all your Irishness right behind you right now like a beacon. I love this shit.
This is absolutely for you. It couldn't be anything else.
Oh, I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. And I love what just happened. This is a prime example of what I'm talking about here. You know, I'm winging it. I'm absolutely winging it. I'm terrified. I'm so excited. I'm sick. I think I'm going to die. And then that all just crashes. And these are the things that we run from. We run from. And here I am running headfirst into it today. I hope the vulnerability hangover tomorrow will be gentle.
Well, I just want to start by saying thank you. Thank you.
I love you. I couldn't have envisaged doing or wanting to do this with anybody else on the planet because you have been and are one of the most I really wish like I had proper words sometimes to match what I feel, especially lately. You've been one of the core people in my entire world, and I found you at a time when everything was kind of falling down around me and fear was kicking my ass. And when I connected with you, without knowing at the time, what I did was I connected with me. And not just your awesome Irishness. Yeah, look at us. I changed my hoodie a few minutes ago because I just wanted to feel really comfy in my skin. I'm like, if I'm going to do this and I'm going to go down, I'm going to go down comfortable. So I threw on my favorite black hoodie, and here he rocks up with the white one. I love this shit. But I have no idea what I was going to say. It was just that when I connected with you, I didn't realize at the time I was connecting with the aspects of myself that from that place I could only witness my pain and the things I'd gone through. And then we connect, you speak, I find myself immersed in the family that was the New York Mystery School and is. And my arse hasn't touched the ground since. It really hasn't, because you know what we're all doing was just completely getting outside of our comfort zones. And what you did for me was show me how you turned what you will have gone through in your world, what you would have perceived as your trauma, into your treasure. And then you pull it all in and you run with it, and it was like a beacon where you, this is my experience of you, right? Oh, you pulled it in, you embraced it, you weren't running from it, you were very comfortable with it one day, you were god awful uncomfortable with it the next day, you were euphoric one day, you were face planting another day, and all of a sudden I realized it's okay to be me. And if he's doing it, then I can do it. And it's just been a journey since then. Today, this, me doing this right now, like I keep saying it to, I said it to you earlier on, I don't know how I got here. All I did was put my head down, which now I understand was what I was looking at when I connected with you. I put my head down, I turned in, probably a bit like a dog with a bone, went after my stuff to understand it, to get intimate with it so it wouldn't run me anymore. And I lift my head up and here we are. And I'm humbled by it because it's a place now where everybody is. In this incident, it looks like I'm on here talking to you and we're doing this show, but what's actually happening in real time, witnessed by there's 96 people I can see on this right now, watching me either faceplant or soar, who knows, but I'm here. And this is what I'm talking about, leaning into the most fearful places within ourselves, where change now for so many people is unavoidable. It's up in people's faces and there's nowhere to go from it anymore. And what I was hoping that I could talk to you about was, how did you get to the point? What took you to the point where you got so sick of your own shit, where you knew something had to give, but you had no idea what? How you, I know I'm throwing these all at you, but I know what you're going to do with them. How or where did you draw your courage to face yourself? Because that's exactly what you did. That's exactly what I'm doing now. It's exactly what each and every single person who's watching this is actually living, in a different shape or form, whatever it might look like. How did you get here?
Just before I get to that, can I please just offer something? I want to share something, and I shared it with you earlier, and I want to share it with everyone else because I just have to share it. So this is for you. This is for you. And this is a pinnacle moment in my life. To be here with you, watching you. Celebrating with you, laughing with you, crying with you. This is why I came. This is why I came.
Oh my God.
This is pinnacle moment of my life. So I say thank you again. My heart is absolutely, I don't know if I'm feeling your heart, and I think we've only got one heart anyway. My heart's going to jump out of my chest. I just wanted to say that. I told you earlier and I cried a lot, but I really mean it. And it just means the world, the galaxy, the universe to see you in just everything that you're bringing. everything that you're doing, how you shine, how your eyes have changed color, how
Again.
just everything that I've been able to be just the absolute blessing to witness, to be, just a witness to you. It's just been the greatest gift, and I just feel so blessed, so blessed.
Thank you.
First, I had to say that.
Love bombs.
Now your questions. I haven't got a clue what they are, but no, I do.
I just want you to, like, I just wanted to, it intrigues me. It intrigues me what we do as humans. It intrigues me where we put ourselves, where we take ourselves, and it intrigues me. And I wrote about it last week that I don't think we even realize the depths of how much our stuff has us or had us or can mix with us. And what was it? Because when I connected with you, I heard you speak of where you'd come from, the depths of what you came from. And so many people out there are in situations, in relationships, in jobs, in environments that are completely diminishing every single piece of them, and think that they can't get out, they can't change. It's okay for you, it's okay for her, it's okay wherever, but I can't do this. I don't know where to begin. And I just wanted to know what happened.
So I'll give you the short version. I think first, because I think very quickly when I started on this journey, I began so quickly to realize that it's just me.
Mm.
It's just me. There's no one else. I very quickly got into these processes where I realized there's no one else. There's everything that you do, you're doing for the all because it's you. And I've told you this many times, and I just shared it there. Like, what really, drives me, or what gave me the desire to really go through what I've went through, which is just the same as what everyone else has gone through, just in different ways. It's to have moments like this. And it began when I was given the breath work, and people would come for one breathwork session, and these miraculous things would happen, and they would just like transform, and totally new perspectives and new relationships and whatever, all these things would happen. And I'm just like, oh my God, this is why I'm here. This is why I'm here. So then when the moments when I'm depressed and down and low and feeling like shit and wanting to leave, and there's always there's all these beings. And of course you're like I don't want to put, but you're there for me. It's in those moments I see you, and I feel like this is why we're here, is to remind each other who we are, because we're one and the same. And no matter how low we get, no matter how perceived high another is, we're all just, as Ramdas said, walking each other home. So I just very quickly came into that awareness from nowhere, from absolute separation, from complete victim, from complete feeling like I'm against the world, like I want to fight the world and per me and blah blah. I just somehow very well breathwork as well. It happened. I had like a merging with God. That's the only way I can say it. So I so very quickly in my journey came to realize that there's only one of us here. So no matter what you do, you're doing for everyone, which is just ourselves. So whenever you feel low, whenever you feel depressed, and I've had a year of it, up and down, there's something that keeps you going, is when you see others like you and like many others that have been on this path with us, like transcending. And whenever you're down, they're up, and whenever you're up, they're down. And there's this perfect wave, and there's always someone there in the perfect time, in the perfect way. So I just believe that I just was blessed to have an experience of unity very early in my journey. Not early in my life, but early in this journey. And that just gave me like total free rein to be myself, to turn up crying like I've just done that. Like it's just normal now. And like I spent 35 years absolutely hiding that, forcing it back, would never do it, would never speak, would like very socially, you know, inept, or, you know, I was very used like lots of substances to try and you know, be social and try and be heard and be you know, recognize who I was. So it came very easily to me, but there was a lot of challenges and pain. But I feel it was this unity experience that I had so early on. It just dropped so many obstacles. Not that it wasn't a challenge, it still is, but in you I see me. In everyone I see a part of myself. So no matter what happens, it's just us. There's only one of us here.
I love how that feels. And I love that you're able to witness your own immersion in your own pain and living 35 years worth of separation, anesthetizing yourself when all we've ever really wanted is to feel. But so much of the feels come hand in hand with suffering or pain or the trauma that people have experienced. To even compare the traumas, you know, mine's worse than yours is better than mine, and it's crazy when, like, I mean, I today you're talking about wanting to get to a place where you can witness yourself in everything. Today is the first day that that I went and shared anything that I've done in like this context publicly on my own personal profile, because I didn't feel safe. I didn't within my own hands. My experience told me I wasn't safe. And that was just my perception of what I lived through. Me, meeting me everywhere. And I got to a point where it's like I've begun to start to see, like you're talking about, me and the people who are around me, me and the things that I do, me and the things that I create. I created the intro. I like you knew when you met me, like I don't Irish. We don't do compliments lightly. We don't. We just don't. And I don't think anybody probably does, because society tells you, you know, blend in, don't stand out, don't shine, dim your light so that other people don't feel so bad. And it's ludicrous. And when I saw the intro and I went, oh shit, I created that. I did that. That's mine. That's just my energy. I give myself permission to bring in and introduce even more of that, even more love, even more expansion. And that's not without its challenges, because, like you said, this year has been paved with like being on the equivalent of a roller coaster. And I'm not talking about a roller coaster in Euro Disney. I'm talking about a roller coaster in one of those dodgy parks in some city in our town in Ireland. Like, you're not even sure if this thing is going to make it to the end. That's how it's felt. It's been crazy. And on the journey, we're all still trying to show up. Can I ask you, from your experience and what you've lived, when you're immersed within your own pain without realizing that you have allowed yourself to stay immersed within your own pain, is there anything that you would offer to anybody who is really feeling the burn of things at the moment, where they're terrified to move forward, they're terrified to move back, that their fear has them in a place where they feel immobilized because the story has drowned out hope? I know that's a pretty big, loaded question, but you know where I'm going. You know what I mean.
Absolutely. I like to just go straight in with the fear, the deepest fear that the majority of beings have is death. And death is a liberation. Death is the greatest moment that'll ever happen to you. Death is a coming home. Death is a celebration. Death is a continuation. All the fears are placed on top, pretty much on top of the fear of death. Even like you said, I know that's something you share. You said it here. You're going to get us killed. I know that's a joke, but on all of the fears are placed on like that. I can die. I can suffer. I can be diminished. I can be hurt. There's all of this, the sub fears that are with that. And what I like to do is go straight to the source. Go to the source of all fear, and that's the fear of death, or the fear of non-existence, or the fear of all the ways we could talk about it. Like, I can be hurt, I can be diminished, I can be, not who I am. So if we can go to the source of that, the source of fear, previous to fear arising, if we can see that that truly is not real, if we can see that that truly does not have any hold on us, and actually it's one of the greatest celebrations that we will ever have, is our recognition of our unity when we dance off out of this body, then we will drop the fear of truly living. Then we will live to our fullness. Then we will feel the fear and fuck it and do it anyway. Then we will be truly living, because we are not limited by this false sense of this foreboding, this demise, or this hurt, or this suffering that's coming in all of its guises. Ultimately, death is that one. And even if we're multidimensionally aware, we still have this underlying, I don't feel I have fear of death, but I still have all of the sub-fears that have birthed from there. Hurt, harmed, less than, diminished. So if we go to the source of that, and we begin there, and see that that is a celebration, it's a union, it's a reunion, then we can begin to truly live. So no matter what you're feeling, no matter what you're going through, no matter how, and I've been through it, as we all have, we think we don't want to be here. We think it's, no, why, what am I doing on this crazy little blue pearl? Why would I choose this? If we come from that place, we know that no fear that our small mind can drum up, no story that we can tell ourselves can hold any weight, because it has no power over us. It can seem like it does. It can put us on our knees. It can put us on our back. It can put us in tears. It can seem real, and we can experience it as real. But if we go to the core, we know our essence. We cannot be hurt, diminished, lessened. We cannot die. We cannot not be. So it's time to be. Live.
I love this shit. I'm also very impressed that you dropped an F-bomb before I did.
That was for you. That was for you as well.
Oh my. I'll bet you if any of the NEMS people were watching, they'd be like, I bet you she's gonna drop it before he does. And look what happened. Also,
Definitely would be favorite part, I'm sure. But this whole thing's about turning the tables, even though the tables were never turned the other way. But this is a revolution and evolution. This is a full circle. And like we shared, the circle has no beginning, no end, no top, no bottom, no gap. It's just what part of the circle are we looking at now? And we have the gift of looking back at your circle through your eyes.
What a view, what a vantage point. Like, honestly, I'm in awe of this journey and what it presents all the time. I'm in awe of the fact that my human, like I said it at the beginning, You're gonna get us killed. That's what it feels like. It's like we're gonna die, and we get so caught up in that fear, the fear that encompasses so much that we can't even pinpoint what it is we're afraid of, why we're feeling it, where it came from. Is it relevant? Which it never is. And are you in fact going to die? No. So like I was talking to Morgan before I come on here, and I was like, it was funny because I was talking out loud. It was like my dual voice was doing exactly that. You're gonna get us killed. And then another bigger version inside of me, this version who wanted to show up here and step out of my comfort zone and lean into my fear and embrace the fact that yes, I feel vulnerable as anything right now. But I wanted to play more, and I wanted to dance more, and I wanted to have the crack more, and I wanted to enjoy the freedom. I wanted to enjoy the freedom of giving myself a break. Because in this lifetime, and I'm sure you can resonate too, nobody has given me as much shit as I've given myself. Nobody has put me through as much as I have allowed myself to go through. Nobody will tell me that I am unworthy or not enough or inadequate or insignificant more than I have done my entire life. Nobody. And so I'm like in a position now where I'm like, let's do it anyway. And when I'm talking about comfort zones, I'm not just talking about this. Like the comfort zones are everywhere. They're absolutely everywhere. Like they're everywhere. When I'm talking, I know I'm kind of, I just want to try and pull it back in. You're talking about the death experience. When I'm there going, we're going to die, we're going to die. And I pull that apart, what does it mean? It means you're going to go on there and you're going to make a show of yourself. You're going to go on there, you're not going to be able to speak because he's going to love bomb you and you're going to be like this. Which I feel like I am, right? Right? You're going to go on there and you're going to go on there and how are you even going to focus on the conversation? All of these fears, where do they originate from? Why are you feeling them? Because we've lived them and we've associated so much to them, when the truth is you're not your fears, you're not even your joy, you just are the space in between. If you can settle everything long enough to feel into that space, when you experience the roller coaster that is being a human, and you can go from euphoria to chaos within, what is it that you do to stabilize you, to bring yourself back to the center point that allows you to become the witness again of what it is you're here experiencing?
Yeah, God to the gutter. I talk about God to the gutter in seconds. It happens, and gutter to God back again. For me, I think the most, you've experienced it. We've done this together. For me, music, dance, breath, something that actually, active, and even processes that I do, they're always kind of direct experience, like breath work. It has to be something tangible for me personally. It needs to be something tangible, active. Of course, I do a lot of the integration work, looking at the, those parts of things. But when you're saying, when it's really, I'm at a point where, I need something, it has to be something powerful and active for me. So music, dance, getting into nature, going for a walk, getting myself out in fresh air. Very simple things, but they sound simple. But it's the mind wants complication. The heart is simple. The soul is simple. The most simple things are the most powerful things. You don't need complication. Complication is, should I say this, masturbation for the mind. So it's the simplest things that take you back into your essence. Music and dance, for me are just, it never fails. I may fail to actually allow myself to put it on if I'm feeling very low. I might choose not to do it, but I know if I actually did it, it would get me out of there. So there are times where you just have to be in it. You just have to be in it, as you know well. But there comes a point where you know you've experienced it, you've felt it, you know what is showing. I've been through like this whole year, just death after death after death after death, and there just comes a point where there's something to shift, something clicks. And honestly, for me, there's always this thing, imagining you or imagine someone else that I've seen going through a transformation. And some of I've told you many times, some of the most simple things are what like really get, like when you were on the show with the circle, the circle, when you were on there, and I told you, like, it was an incredible show, just everyone sharing their heart, and it was beautiful. And my favorite part of the whole show was watching you cry. But you understand this because we talked about it a lot, because that for me is just like, wow, I can just see the rawness, the realness. Like, doesn't matter what I'm going through, that'll pop into my mind, and she's doing it anyway, so I feel it's the simple things, but there's always has to be a deeper sense of why we are here. And I truly feel my reason for being here is exactly what we're doing here now, and being able to witness that and share that and be any part of that. I feel that that's what we're all here for. So there has to be a deeper, and we forget it, and it's okay to forget it. We forget it, but then we remember again. So whatever it is, but simplicity, I feel, is key. I don't know if I even answered that or not. I think I just babbled.
I did. I just wish I could. I wish I could, like, there's like a million rabbit holes I want to venture down there and journey down with each and every word that you speak, because I mean it speaks so loudly to me. I understand now. Having gone through similar things that you have gone through with regards to like addictions or addiction, can't even speak, addictive behavioral patterns, because they don't necessarily need to be the loud bang, addictive things like whatever, drink or drugs or whatever, but relationships or experiences or whatever. And I understand, that as long as I stayed within that container with my pain, that I was robbing myself from experiences, even though they look like to the world, like you're talking about, you're laughing at me crying and the thing. What was actually happening was my heart was expanding so much. The tears that were falling literally that night was because I understood that there is something innate within each and every single person that can access this peace, this love, this gratitude, and it doesn't need to come under the guise of pain or trauma or addiction or you see, I'm using these words, but I know each and every person who hears them can identify with, the experience of what comes with pain, the emotion that comes with pain, the thoughts, oh my God, the thoughts, the feelings that come with pain, the how the mind tells you in one breath, press play and play the music and immerse yourself in it, and in the very same breath goes, don't you dare press that button, stay sitting in your shit, you don't deserve to feel better, you don't deserve this is your own, this is the what's there's an Irish saying, it's shite anyway. This is the hand I have been dealt. This is the hand I have been dealt. No, this is the mirror that you're witnessing. What are you going to do with it? And what I really loved about what you're saying is, and even now talking to you, I'm able to witness you dance around it because you understand that you were never it. Any aspect of it, as in your pain. And it's not that you're dodging it, it's not at all. It's that you understand deeply that it begins and ends with you, and that every single thing that you're seeing is you. All of your pain, all of your joy is you looking back at you. And it's easier for me to see the love that I am when I'm looking at a little baby looking at me, all gooey and nice and cute and shit. Not so much if it's like my teenager, or now almost two teenagers, giving me shit, or or whatever it might be. But that it's everywhere. And as it's being shown to you, reflected back to you, that you can actually do something with it if you can witness it, if that makes sense.
Absolutely. Absolutely. The eyes can't see themselves. So we need everything that we've experienced. We need in commas, in order to see and experience who and what we are, we have created, manifested, unfolded me, you, everyone else, the world, because the eyes cannot see themselves. So the joys, the highs, the lows, the heres, the theirs are just different facets of this, what we are, looking back upon ourselves. And we're all of it, none of it, and beyond. And it's an incredible, beautiful gift. And it's painful, and it's hard, and it's low, and it's light, and it's love, and it's dark, and it's shadow, and it's all of those. But they don't exist out there.
Mm.
They are only here. And that which is here, like you said, it's not who we are, but it's who, a part of all that can be, that we're choosing to see at this minute. But it's ultimately not who we are. We can dance and play and tell the story of Melissa and the story of Martin and the story of whatever. And we can tell it over and over again in different ways, and we can paint it different colors, and we can be the victim, the villain, the hero, the shero, the loser. But ultimately, we are the source of that. So in the same way, when you come from there, you can truly begin to live. You can truly begin to love. You can truly begin to come home to the home you never left.
It's the greatest inside job ever. Isn't it?
God's playing hide and seek with herself.
Isn't it though? It's the greatest inside job ever. And we read about this, and we hear people speak about this, and the spiritual teachers share this all the time. But it really, really, really is. And the realization that everything that you're looking, the place you're looking from is the place you're looking at. This love, honestly, it blows my mind. And it blows my mind how cleverly it's packaged and presented to us by us. Do you know what I mean? That I can turn around and think I'm gonna find joy in the bottom of a bottle of whiskey, for example, when I can feel it, like literally right now, tenfold, having a conversation with one of my best friends, or that I'm going to feel accomplished. I'm going to feel like I am enough when I can afford all of the things I want in life, when I could get it from going out into my back garden, lying on a blanket, maybe not so much in the middle of November, but looking up at the night sky and know that I am so wealthy. And we were looking for it in all the wrong places. We always thought it was outside of us, but it wasn't. And that's what I'm in awe of. That's what I'm in awe of each and every day. The days that I'm on the sofa 1 minute and I'm showing up here in my PJs the next. The days I'm like really struggling to get on top of 4 days worth of laundry. And then the days that I'm crying my face off in the circle thing that I refuse to give Michael Mejia any pleasure and slagging off my accent anymore. The circle thing. But I'm crying my face off because I'm feeling the love. And then equally realizing the gold. Wait till you hear this, you're going to love this proud moment. Realizing the gold that's in the slowing down to fold one of my children's t-shirts, or the joy I feel at knowing that I'm about to pop one of my boys' favorite hoodies into the press so that he can do exactly what I'm doing right now. It's tiny. They're tiny, tiny things. Yeah, look at you. But they're everywhere. And what breaks my heart, and really does break my heart, is the realization of how much we're missing all of the time, thinking that the solution, the answer, the key, the remedy, the feel-good thing is is outside of us, when it's not. You spoke like from the get-go about our fear of annihilation, death. And what that has done in immobilizing us or blinding us from actually seeing the truth of what's in front of us all the time, which is magic everywhere. I don't mean like you said, it's the journey of you with you everywhere, in everything. It just blows my mind.
I absolutely love the laundry ones. That is just epic. What's the guy called? I can't remember his name, but he wrote a book, After Enlightenment, Then Comes Laundry. I've not read the book, but I've heard the title of the book, After Enlightenment, Then Comes Laundry. That is incredible. That's when you know, when something as apparently mundane as laundry can become a joyful moment. That's when you know you've touched liberation and you are in a space of like the joy of just being. That's magical. That's absolutely incredible. I absolutely love it. Gold. I'm sure there's people
I
in the comments.
equally won't. I was going to say, I equally won't object if anybody wants to come over here and share this journey with me, do the laundry with
I was
me.
going to say the
I
opposite.
won't say no.
I'm sure there's people in the comments. I'm not looking at them. I'm sure there's people in the comments saying, Melissa, right to mind. You can sort a few out there. You can bliss out on my laundry over here.
No. No.
Yeah.
But do you know what I witnessed? I witnessed my resistance. I witnessed my resistance, like, to the experience. And then I robbed myself of it. And what happens then, I give you an example, like I'll procrastinate. I'm like, okay, I need to do this, or I need to do this, I need to do this. I'll bring put myself where I think I should be for whatever reason. And then I walk into my bedroom and there's clean clothes everywhere and it looks like I got raided. And then I'll give myself shit because I don't have my shit together enough to have all of the clothes where they're supposed to be. And then I'll just go, fuck this shit, I'm out here, I'll do it tomorrow, I'll do it. And then it continues, the cycle continues. when I love nothing more than popping Spotify on my TV in my room, booming the music through the house, and doing exactly what I'm talking about there a few minutes ago. It's the tiny things, but we're so busy nearly feeling hard done by, or you know what I mean, to get to actually enjoy them. And I think life at the minute, like for many people, is it has them in that place. It has them in that place because everything feels like it's just cranked up. The noise is just cranked up, and people have nowhere to go other than to face themselves. And like you said, it's harrowing. It is. It's harrowing. It's hard because you're trying to be compassionate with yourself. You're trying not to be an asshole to yourself, knowing what you have lived. Trying not to put expectations on ourselves while trying to liberate ourselves from our own bullshit story. And it's, you want to know why you're exhausted? There you go. That's why, because that's what we're living. But we're not even, we won't even give ourselves the space to slow it down, to slow it right down, so that we can try and see what is it that you're being shown. And I'd like ask anybody who is watching this, and if your world is in chaos, I'm just suggesting this. It might help. It's what I do, and if it doesn't resonate, cool too. But ask yourself, what am I trying to show me? What am I trying to show me? And go there, because, like we said, it's happening for us, not to us. Unless you play the victim game. And who wants to do that shit anymore? I know I don't. I don't. So, yeah.
What you just shared, I'd love to just talk to what you've just shared there. Individually, if something's happening, what are we shown? We are in the middle of a global collective awakening, and each of us individually are being sent inwards. Gaia has sent us to our rooms. We're being shown the masks that we've worn. We've been shown the distance that we've kept from each other. We've been shown the disease of separation within ourselves and within the collective. We've been shown all of these things now because this is a global mass awakening, a mass realization, a mass uncovering, a mass opening. So wherever you are individually, know that it's playing a part collectively. It's playing a part in this global cosmic event, this awakening of humanity, this recognizing, remembering, coming home of humanity. And you chose to be here at this time because you were uniquely prepared for it, because you got all of the tools, and you've got all of the staying power, and you've got all of the compassion, all of the love, and you've got all of the experience, so that you could be here right now, right in the middle of it, right in the thick of it, right at the leading edge, so that you could be that part of this event that's not an event. It's not a one-time event. This is an unfolding, but you get to be part of it. And so wherever you are, as Melissa just shared, whatever is going on, know that every tear that drops, every breakthrough that you have, every fall and every rise, you're not only doing it on behalf of yourself, you're opening the door for your sisters and brothers who are, in essence, you, just playing different parts. So there's always a grander purpose. And there is method, and the pain and the suffering and the challenges and the losses are part and parcel of this grand awakening. And everyone I know listening to this, if you're drawn to these words, if you're drawn to Soulogy, drawn to Melissa Deehan, you are part of that at the leading edge, right at the front, because you knew how much fun it would be, because you knew how much soul growth there would be. You knew that there was no other show in the universe. And that's why the eyes of the cosmos are upon this little blue pearl, and you get to be here. You get to live through this. You get to be part of this. You don't have to do this. You get to do this. So whenever things are getting a little bit challenging, just offer yourself a little perspective shift and see that you get to be here. What a gift. Laundry, tears, fears, all of it.
Yeah. None of it's separate. None of it's separate. Everything is intertwined. Everything is perfect. It webs and weaves intrinsically from one thing into the next. And I think I'm going to combust.
My heart stopped beating fast. I don't know. Have you? How's your heart?
No, I'm still
Racing. Okay, it was me then.
I feel it.
Can I show you something you talked about earlier there? How did you say it?
Oh God.
You said my counterpart, or the other part of you anyway. I wanted to show a representation of my inner child. Let's see if this will work.
You mad thing.
That's what my inner child's doing now.
Do you want to here? You might as well just go hard or go home here. We can see this shit. Get it to work. This is mine earlier on today when it was like, having the conversation. They said, don't think we should do this. No, you definitely should. No, you definitely shouldn't. Well, I think we should, right?
You definitely should, of course.
This is mine.
You see, it's ridiculous. We haven't talked about any of this. We didn't talk about the hoodie. Of course, the Irish stuff is going to happen, but this, come on. The black and white, it's literally...
Yeah, I was wearing a different color, and that's what I said. And the second I saw you on the screen, I was like, yes!
I put this on 1 minute before I came in here. I was in a t-shirt. I'm actually pretty hot now, but this is for you.
Oh,
because I love you. For those who probably won't know why I'm saying that, is, well, they've seen you in hoodies, but I just have these memories of all of the times. I just associate this with you, and just so many incredible moments, challenging moments, but yeah.
That's what I did. That's what I would do when we were in the New Earth Mystery School groups, in the Zooms, in the conversations. Like, I probably had a hoodie in Portugal on the retreat as well, no doubt. And my thing was go in, like, pull up the hood, and provide myself with the look at you, with the, what does it say, infusion?
Inside.
Inside. Oh wow, no way. Sorry, we got my eyes. But that's what I do. I'd pull up my hood. I would pull up my hood all the time. And now looking back, I love even that analogy of what I was doing subconscious. I hadn't a clue what I was doing. But given my this is what I'm talking about. Creating the space so that you can show you what you need to do. I was going around with hoodies for years. Hood up. My mom would crack. I'd be in the house going, "Let's put your hood down. Put your hood down when you're in the house." I'm like, no, I'm leaving it up. And I was always showing myself where to go and what to do. But I couldn't hear. I couldn't see. I couldn't feel. So it's ironic that you talk about those experiences, like the breathwork experiences that we would have participated in, the group calls. I'm sitting in the middle of everybody in the throes of my stuff with my hood up, always. always comforting myself without realizing what I was doing. So it's perfect.
And also for me, it's your one of your profile pictures, and it's in that old church that we went to together. You're in the middle of this like thing, and that epic photograph with you with the hoodie. That's also one, because that's like for me like the warrior goddess version, and of course then there's the on the sofa. Yeah, so it's all of it.
Wrapped
I
up
love
in a
it.
ball with the hood up as well. Yeah. Oh, I
Amazing.
love it.
As you
Listen,
as you spoke as you spoke about earlier, I just want to say, as you spoke about earlier, the vision came to me as I was leaving the retreat center in Portugal. The last thing that I seen as I left was you on top of the mountain with the drum, and you just gave me a wee wave, and then that was my send off from the retreat. That was
oh
just
yeah,
epic,
phenomenal
epic.
times. We've got to do it all again.
Oh, we do. We're going to Atlantis. All of us. Everyone's invited. Let's go.
Yay! On the sesh. Come here, listen, I just want to say thank you so much for doing this with me, for sharing this space with me. I'm so grateful, and it's been epic, and it's after going by in a heartbeat. And I didn't die, and nobody died. We're all still alive.
Whatever died was no longer required. So
Yeah.
I want to
But
thank
thank
you as
you.
well. Thank you so much. It's just always a pleasure. But this one is really, really special for me personally. And I just want to, yeah, thank you for keeping on, keeping on. Thank you for getting up one more time than you fell down, and just for everything that you're going to bring in this. I know it's going to be incredible and so unique, and I'm excited to see where you take it.
Thank you.
Love you.
Like,
Love you.
I don't have words. They're just completely inadequate right now. But I do. I appreciate everything you've just said. It really means the world to me. Thank you for seeing me. Always, always. Every
You
aspect.
make it easy. You make it easy.
And thank you to everybody who has joined us and all the comments. My brain can't do the two. I can't. I'm so love bombed up here. I'm like trying to focus on my conversation, but I appreciate every single time somebody's commented, and thank you. Until next time.